Welcome to this week's video. It's a little bit slow paced because I needed to just catch up on things in the house. And as it's summer, are you guys the same? I was only saying it to my friends. I feel like everything has gotten a little bit fast paced. And I know summer, it's socialising, people are going away on holidays. I'm trying to keep on top of my garden and the house is getting a bit neglected. So on these kind of slower days, generally it'll be like my day off or something. I like to catch up on jobs around the house, and there was a couple that I needed to do today. So I am changing some bed sheets, which I know it's such a simple task, but it gives me joy. It's like a bit of cleaning. It's like meditation or something. So I'm just swapping over some bed sheets because I find this time of year, with the heat that we have been having here in Ireland, it's not so hot for you guys in other hot places, but for us it's a bit of a big deal because our homes are designed to retain heat, and very rarely would you have aircon in your home. So I find my home has been really stuffy the past few weeks, so I bought myself a fan. I have the windows and doors open, trying to get a bit of a breeze. But I wanted to tackle the fabrics in this video and also tidy up because I just wanted to freshen it up. In the living room, something that has been bugging me is, I think it's the couches that are giving me that stale kind of scent, especially in the morning when the sun is shining through the window and it's really warm in this room, and it feels like, I don't know how to describe the stale smell. It's not necessarily a bad smell. Last year I actually got my couches professionally cleaned, and I don't think they need it this year. It was only a couple of months ago, really. It was I think October time I got them professionally cleaned, and they come in and they soak them and vacuum them, and I don't know what magic they did. So all I'm doing is just hoovering up any dirt, and I'm just using a fabric spray that I picked up in the supermarket, and it just says to lightly mist it and then let it dry in. So I had to remove Blondie from the room so she couldn't have a cat nap on the couch until they dried in, and I have to say it definitely worked. This morning, as I'm doing this voiceover, I am sitting on the couches and there was a nice light scent in the room, and it didn't have that kind of stagnant kind of energy. Also, am I the only person? Every summer it's like I accumulate dead flies on windowsills, and I'm like, lads, the windows are open, you can fly out. But I seem to, this living room one and the kitchen one, I seem to have to hoover up dead flies on the regular.
Oh my love, you're such a fragile thing, I know. And with the winter comes the ice, the snow. but I'm it all. You know,
I often get asked what is in the glass bottles, and I always use a vinegar, half vinegar, white distilled, and then half water, distilled water, and then a couple of drops of essential oils. And this is great for windows, it's great for surfaces. Just a note on essential oils, you'll have to be careful with them with cats. So a high amount of essential oil ingested by a cat through its fur will cause, I think, liver disease. So you have to be careful and make sure it's not a surface that the cat is going to be on, and don't use it on pet items. I also use a bleach cleaner, so I'll water down some bleach in a spray bottle, and I'll use that in the likes of bathrooms or kind of on the kitchen counters as well. So that's what's in the old the glass bottles.
to shelter you from pain. And oh my love, the seasons come and they go, but I hope
I love a fresh bunch of flowers in the kitchen. I think it's because the kitchen is the first room I always go to, whether I come home from somewhere, whether I get up in the morning. First port of call is the kitchen and the kettle. So I treat myself to some fresh flowers just to swap out the old ones that I had that were starting to get a bit spent. So I do get a flower subscription once a month, and then sometimes in the middle of the month I'll get myself another bunch when the other bunch is gone. So I absolutely love a bunch of flowers. Sometimes I'll cut them from my garden as well, but at the moment I only have, I have dahlias. There is some sunflowers, but they're too pretty to cut, so I think I'll let the sunflowers in my garden go to seed so I can grow more next year. So life is too short to waste your whole day off cleaning. So it's time for a cup of tea. And I love seeing in the comments, there is no mystery to making an Irish cup of tea. It's just a good old breakfast tea bag. I love the brand Diaries tea. You just add your boiling water to your tea bag. I like to let my tea bag rest for a couple of minutes. About 4 or 5 minutes, but I don't count. I take the tea bag out. I do squeeze the tea bag, some people don't. I add milk and 1 teaspoon of sugar to make it sweet. That's it. That's your simple cup of tea. The simpler the better. No adding stuff and none of that. So it's time to relax in the sun. If you look closely, you see Blondie hiding amongst the dahlias. She likes to be out, but she also likes to seek the shade too. That's me for this week. I hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to subscribe, and you can check out my other videos.